All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show today. I was only going to do one, but I have to do two because something big is happening all around America as the numbers are showing something completely amazing happening that we got to talk about. So the numbers for Donald Trump are climbing and climbing and climbing, no matter how many times you indict the guy. But the response from the liberal and the left stream mainstream media is the craziest part about it. We got to talk about exactly what is going on with that, and we got to talk about Nina Turner. Nina Turner, who is a Democrat, who is, I would say, radically left and an activist. She's talking about a lot of things that we definitely have to basically also talk about. Also, I just want to start off by showing this video because I just thought that somebody in my comments, and I invited that person to come up here. You guys know exactly who he is. I invited him to come up here because he's spoken about racism. He's speaking about all these different things, but the most passionate people right now are amongst not all any different skin color, but Americans overall. And this is a black man who is mad about what's going on. I want to show you guys because a lot of people say that this doesn't exist. I want to play this, and then I'm going to get into some big news that Jack Smith got. That is very bad news for him, and about these Trump cases happening in this year to come. So if you guys can hit the like button for me. Let's get this show out to the rest of the world. We also got to talk about the FBI, the warnings, and the watch list that's coming out. That's crazy. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But I want you guys to listen to this message and let me know what you think about this.
The White House gates have been vandalized. The streets are strewn with trash. But the biggest insult is here in Lafayette Park with General Lafayette. The Palestinian flag was raised and it still remains. And they have this free Palestinian graffiti. They have it here. The General Lafayette and his compatriots, Free Palestine, they have raised the Palestinian flag on the grounds of the White House at Lafayette Park and walk around with me. Look at this. I've never been so outraged. They've raised the Palestinian flag and more graffiti. More graffiti. Look at this. Free Palestine. You see this? Free Palestine. And look at this sign. Look at this sign. Decolonize Palestine. Decolonize the United States. Workers' World Party. It is unreal. It is unreal. I hate to even touch it. This is what we've become. How can we allow this? How can the law enforcement watch for somebody to raise the Palestinian flag on the ground of the people's house, and we got to pay for this cleanup?
So I just wanted to show that because it just proves the point that it ain't white people just like they're not the ones that are mad. Like it's everybody. Everybody's mad about what's going on, no matter which side people stand on. But this race thing is so crazy to me. Which brings me to a tweet that I saw earlier today that we got to talk about because this right here is unbelievable. All right, so let's talk about it. Black voters, long a bulwark for Democrats and Mr. Joe Biden, are now registering. I can't even say the word. 22% to support in these states for Trump. They are coming out and actually supporting Trump. Now, I want to say thank you to you guys, right? Because we have been the ones who have gotten on here in this movement of young black conservatives, Hispanic people, everybody coming around, the Benny Johnsons of the world, and everybody. It's actually working. It's actually working. Everything that we've been talking about and everything that we've been saying, people are actually coming out and actually registering. Am I saying that word right? Registering. Oh my God, I can't speak English. And they're coming out in big numbers and they're going to vote for Donald Trump. Now, I want to talk about this because this is Nina Turner speaking about this, right? And Nina Turner, Nina Turner is pro-Palestine. She's pro many different things, but she is one to admit about what's actually going on, right? And that what the numbers are showing. Right. So 22% support in these states for Mr. Trump, a level unseen in presidential politics for a Republican in modern times. Nina Turner is coming out and she's saying this, right? And these are the numbers. So all of this that we're doing and everything that we've been talking about is actually coming into fruition in 2024. It's actually happening. I know a lot of people are like, oh, all this talk, but nothing's going to happen. They're still going to vote. Black people are still going to vote this way. Hispanics are still going to vote this way. Well, I think you're wrong because this is showing a whole different movement. And once again, let's talk about what's going on. This is what I mean. Something big is happening. Let's talk about it. According to the breaking, according to a breaking New York Times poll. By the way, this is all leftist media. New York Times poll: if the election was held today, Donald Trump would win over 300 electoral votes, and a CVS poll has Trump plus 3 points over Joe Biden. Right? Trump is currently leading in nearly every swing state. He's plus 10 in Nevada, plus 6 in Georgia, plus 5 in Michigan, plus 5 in Arizona, plus 4 in Pennsylvania. He could easily win in a landslide. Now, I'm not saying that the elections are going to be held today. The elections are going to be held in 1 year. But the results of these movements, the results of videos, reposting, and actually looking for what is going on today is resulting in people actually waking up. What does a great awakening mean, right? It means that a lot of people who once voted for Joe Biden, like the guy that I'm going to bring up in a few, who loves Joe Biden so much, cannot accept that this white racist country just doesn't like you. They don't like what your policies are. They don't like what you're voting for. They don't like you. They don't like your movement. All right. So that's something that I definitely wanted to talk about. And once again, I want to show more numbers of these people coming out, right? You got Donald Trump at 51 and Joe Biden at 48%. And mind you, the reason why this is big is because Donald Trump has been indicted 4 times. He got criminal charges who are now pending and soon to be to trial. But this is the big news that I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Judge Eileen Cannon as she scolds Jack Smith in a fiery order. Now, this is the Boxes case, and this all intertwines with January 6th and Donald Trump being charged with trying to overthrow the government, right? He's trying to overthrow that. They're saying that Donald Trump tried to overthrow the United States government. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you think Donald Trump tried to overthrow the United States government? Is that something that we could all, black, white, Hispanic, whoever is in here, Asians, whoever is in here, Donald Trump tried to overthrow the what? He tried to overthrow the United States government? Got it. Okay, whatever you say. All right. So the federal judge overseeing former President Trump's election interference case has shot down another attempt by prosecutors to deny him access to the evidence being used against him. Once they're trying to basically deny him they're actually trying to deny his lawyers from seeing exactly what the evidence is. That's why they're trying to move this case in between the dates that Donald Trump is supposed to be winning the primary election. And during the election next year, they're trying to basically convict Donald Trump of these crimes. So that way he is a convicted felon if he was to win the 2024 presidential election. So that's what's going on. So U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon wrote on Thursday that Joe Biden Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith presented a broad and unconvincing theory about the Classified Information Procedures Act, which his team claimed allows them to withhold certain documents obtained from Mar-a-Lago on national security grounds. Judge Eileen Cannon, look, I don't know who she really is. I don't know if she votes or I'm pretty sure all these judges are liberal or they have some type of standard, maybe being funded, or I don't know. But they're definitely not on Team Trump. But this one right here just so happens to have common sense on what they can or cannot withhold from Donald Trump's team. So Judge Cannon was unconvinced, writing that Smith's disputes, deputies actually attempted to restrict the defense attorneys almost entirely from reviewing classified discovery to be produced in the case, in planning and placing a burden to justify otherwise and on defense counsel. Their argument, she wrote, was a textual and almost blith interpretation of the CIPA law. And then, however, Judge Cannon also left the room for Jack Smith's team to restrict access to documents on individual basis. That may be trickier considering that prosecutors plan to introduce 1.3 million pages of evidence. So a lot of evidence, a lot of stuff. So it looks like other matters yet to be resolved in the case include the start date of May 20th of 2024. So they're trying to start this case in May 20th of 2024. Look at the date. What does that mean? That means that this trial, the jury and everything, um, will be on demand during, I would say that's primaries are held when Republican primaries are held when February, and then we should know exactly who's running on both sides by May 20th. So we already know that they're trying to have this case in the middle of Donald Trump running for president, or actually being the actual primary in the general election. So she's about to basically deny, and they're basically about to. I don't know when they receive this answer, but they're going to extend. So this case may be actually in 2025 instead of 2024, which is really good news for Donald Trump and his team, which is really good news for everybody, honestly, because then we get to actually select a president. So those are the news that's going on with Donald Trump. That's what's going on. Smith has suffered a number of setbacks in this case, including the withdrawal of key subpoenas, attempting to throw Donald Trump in jail, attempting to hide evidence more than 1,000 miles away from court, and spending millions of dollars in taxpayer money. Yes, you, me, are funding this guy going against Donald Trump to go up against the former president's formidable legal team. Some court observers believe a large chunk of this case could be dismissed, and most likely will be dismissed, including the actual date of when the trial is supposed to start. So that's what's going on with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, once again, let's go break down. The numbers are in his favor, even after all the shit that they've tried. He's winning in key states. By the way, this is not conservative media. This is mainstream liberal media trying to convince people that, hey, this is real. And obviously they're trying to fearmonger. And somebody that's trying to fearmonger and make people like black people seem really dumb because they don't understand what's really going on. It's this congresswoman right here. Let's take a listen to this.
At the data that was provided in this poll.
Jasmine Crockett is her name, by the way. But this is it.
Here's the deal. Perception is reality. And so when you look at the data that was provided in this poll, it talks about how people feel. And when people decide whether they're going to the poll or whether they're not going to the poll, it's all about how you feel in that moment. And so while the facts may not align with their feelings are dictating their reality. Their reality is that they said that they feel better or they felt better when Trump was in office. But we've been trying to push back. We've got some very popular African-American artists that are out here saying things like, oh, I got checks when Trump was in office. I want.
She acting like black people so dumb. Was that not true? Hey, come on, bro. Like, I think a lot of black people have come out against this as if you're trying to speak for why you think black people are now a year away from the election registering, but I can't get that right word. They're heading to register to vote for Trump. And you're trying to excuse it, or you're trying to basically push back against why people are tired. Because it's not even about Trump. This is about the most loyal group in America for the last 40, 50 years is the black vote, and then Hispanic votes, because they're at 80%, 75 to 80%. Then you look at this, like, this is much bigger than Donald Trump. I think it's just that simple. And the reason why I say that is because you got the most loyal base getting nothing for their vote. And a lot of people feel that they're getting nothing for their vote. Actually, they're all right. Let's keep going.
Push back. We've got some very.
I'm gonna let my guests talk after this.
Popular African-American artists that are out here saying things like, oh, I got checks when Trump was in office. I want those checks again, not understanding that really came from Congress. So we've got a couple of things, the perception issue, and then we also have an issue as it relates to civics in this country and people not understanding exactly how any of this works.
So now civics is important because people are voting for Trump, but civics aren't important when you and your party allow people to come in that hate the United States of America. It's just that simple. And they come in here, a lot of them don't even like black people because the perception of black people in America is poor because of you, because of who you choose to represent, and how it is that any of this happens when you let people in that don't have a civics course. So the audacity for somebody like this to get on camera and speak about how black people don't have the civics, they're not smart enough to actually understand what's really going on. That's why you see them vote for Donald Trump. This is the most craziest shit that you can tell your people. as a congresswoman of the United States of America, not really understanding and getting on TV, okay, I understand why my people are voting for Donald Trump. It's because we, the Democrats, need to do a better job in attracting them. This is the most loyal base that we have. These people come out in numbers, voting 90% for Joe Biden, but we have nothing to show for black people. Instead of her taking accountability to why people even want to vote, why a guy like Waka Flocka Flame, who fucking one time in his life said that Donald Trump does not care about humans, why is he posting Donald Trump pictures? Why is he going for Donald Trump? Let's be honest, Jasmine, you're not making any sense when it comes to why people who are black are now voting. What you're saying is you're actually calling them dumb versus actually addressing the actual reason why they're voting for, guess who? Donald Trump. It's crazy. In my opinion, it's actually crazy. So at the end of the day, somebody said I can't watch this anymore. It's up to you. It's you don't have to watch this. All right. So my guest is having connection problems. I think he got kicked out, but he could come up at any moment. So once again, you have things like that happening. You have these cases against Trump going sideways for Democrats. I think it's time for them to let go and accept this to be the reality, that because you've done a poor job, that you now have to accept the reality of people just not wanting to vote for you, people actually wanting to get a wake-up call. Now, here's another reason why people don't want to vote for you, because people feel a way about this. And shout out to Vivek Ramaswamy, who's still running for president. I think he should drop out and actually endorse Donald Trump. I think it's time, bro, because I just think it's time. But let's take a look at what he has to say to Jim Acosta here.
Have a dual standard of justice in this country. One standard applied.
But Trump is using the word hostages. Do you think that they're hostages
for the prior 2 years?
Isn't that irresponsible to call them hostages? My view is, with what's going on in Israel right now?
I mean, Jim, let me just be really clear about what's irresponsible as it relates to coverage of Donald Trump. And I think that your network and others like you owe some accountability here, from the Russia collusion hoax that never was, to the Hunter Biden laptop story that was actually real before the election were told that it was false. So I think that the real accountability here belongs to the media.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, the media, who is responsible for a lot of these fake ass narratives that a lot of people are rebelling against, as you can see, especially minority voters in America, they're now rebelling. I think it's a part of this is because the media has tried to keep up this narrative. And I think what really messed this narrative up for a lot of Americans on the left is Palestine and Israel. I really think that Palestine and Israel has broken down what system they had created for so many years, that now that same system is biting them in the ass, because they're starting to realize, oh shit, the people that support us actually really don't support us. All right. Let me bring in my leftist guest who says that I'm wrong. And earlier today, he has a Free Palestine shirt, and a lot of people, on this, a lot of people on this channel really don't like you. I like you a lot. We talk a lot, so it's nothing but respect. I'm willing to have a few minutes of your time, if you can, to debate some of these issues. What's on your mind? What do you think about Trump actually winning in these states, and the black people coming out and registering early, a year early, to vote for Donald Trump? How do you feel about that?
I think the girl was completely right. If you interview or talk to black people, when they talk about what Trump did, what they say is, I got checks from Trump. Because was their wage job, did they go up? No. Did their wages at their job go up? No. Were they getting paid more at their job? No. They got checks from Trump, and I talk to black people all the time. I live in a black neighborhood. That's all they say. I got checks from Trump. That was all that's fake.
Okay. Have they gotten checks from Biden? Have they? Your argument is that she's right, that the checks come from Congress, which I don't disagree. So yes. Have checks come from Congress under Biden?
Why would they?
Why wouldn't they not? I don't know.
Why would they give it to
you're alluding only to unemployment. I think a lot of black people overall are saying that the economy was just in a better place. A lot of black people were at their base along with the rest of America.
Based on what numbers?
based on the same numbers that she's talking about of people. I'm talking about
Okay. So let's break down why you think that Trump's. Okay, give me 4 things or 5 things in Trump's economy that were great. Let's go with the unemployment rate. Okay, GDP. What else?
I mean, you're naming them. I think you're a fan of Trump.
Okay, so
but
unemployment rate.
I don't want to get off course. I think what I'm trying to do.
I'm saying how the reality, what that girl was saying was correct, is completely correct. Because the reality on the ground and the numbers are the unemployment rate is lower now than it was under Trump. That's an absolute fact. Look it up. Okay. The GDP for this last quarter was 4.9% growth in GDP. Okay. Guess what Trump's was? Highest growth, 3.2. 3.2, and he was bragging. Oh, we're setting records, blah, blah, blah. Biden's is 8.9 growth or 4.9 growth. So why are we not talking that record, right? Okay. Jobs numbers. He has 13 million jobs. He has 800.
So black people are wrong.
Okay.
No, I'm just asking, bro. Black people are wrong about registering for
uninformed. They're uninformed.
The majority of the black people are all uninformed.
They are uninformed. Yes.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm black. I live around black people. I talk to black people all the time in these kind of forums all the time. They are uninformed about the government. You ask just a random black guy walking down the street what he knows about the government. He's going to tell you absolutely nothing. He can't tell you shit. I guarantee it.
Wow.
9 times out of 10, you're going to find black people that don't, because they don't care about the government like that. Because black people have clocked out of being American. When you talk about a black person, sometimes they'll say, I ain't American, I'm black. Because of all the slavery and all the stuff and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we have a disdain for America to a certain degree. You ask black people, bro, I'm telling you. So there's a disdain or distrust, right?
Okay, we're getting somewhere. All right. So you made your points about that. Okay. I just want to keep moving along because I know you don't got that much time. You wanted to come on.
Oh, no, I'm good, bro. I thought it was going to be other people here that were going to talk crazy.
No, it's not. It's not.
And they were going to interrupt me.
All right. So but I want you to explain yourself. I don't want to argue with you. I just want you to explain yourself so that way
we're good.
Can grasp what you're saying. Okay. So you're saying that a lot of Americans, black Americans, they don't consider themselves American. They consider themselves black. But so is that why you have on a Palestine shirt? Because you feel like America has done to Palestine what Israel has done to Palestine? America has done to black.
I'm American.
Israel has done to Palestine?
I'm American, and I'm always on the side of the oppressed, regardless of where you are. That's the human in me. I cannot be on the side of an oppressor. Palestine has been, those Palestinians have been oppressed for 70 years. They basically live in open air prisons. Okay, so then how can I be on the side of Israel? Israel has been deemed by the UN and by all human rights organizations in the world as an apartheid state. They're the only apartheid state in all of the Middle East.
Okay.
But America and Europeans or whatever, or the West, they make all those other countries sound terrible. So there's only one country. Wait. Hear me out. Only one country in the Middle East is an apartheid state. Only one. So then how are we on the side of an apartheid state? That is crazy.
Okay.
If you think you're going to put people in an apartheid state for that long and they're not going to fight back at some point, that is bananas. Look at it like this. Compare these two, right? Let's compare these two. Hamas and those Palestinians are fighting back after 70 years of being in an apartheid state, right? Okay. The Americans here were ready to topple the government. They stormed the Capitol over an election that they lost. And y'all was ready to storm the Capitol. Talk about civil war. Civil war, bruh. The Republican people and the cult MAGA cult are talking a civil war in America over an election. But then you're mad at Hamas and the Palestinians for fighting back after being in an apartheid state where they can't fucking leave? So where they're trapped in a fucking...
And
come on, bro.
That's not fair. So you out loud, freely, you support Hamas?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Because they're doing what every other human on this earth would do if they were in an apartheid state. You would. If somebody came here right now in America and took this bitch over and moved everybody into the bottom of fucking New York, right? You don't think these motherfucking Americans don't fight back? Are you crazy? You cannot come into another man's land and put him in an open air prison and expect that man not to fight back. So that is crazy. That is crazy.
Okay, so let me go now. So fighting back is one thing, which I think everybody has a right to, especially in the rules of war. But then killing kids and slitting people's throats and what they did on October 7th was bad, bro. It was bad for the world. It was bad for Palestine because the actions that you're seeing Israel take now is basically gave Netanyahu a green light to basically violate because of what you did on October 7th. Number two,
they've been violating.
Okay, no problem. But what we're talking about, and I get it. There's common ground here, I think, but I think that you're just, in my opinion, the way you look at America, you're looking at America as in we are the enemy, right? We who believe in Donald Trump, we're
talking about Israel, aren't we? We're not talking about America. We're talking about Israel.
Yeah, bro. But we were talking about, you literally just finished talking about Americans on January 6th, making a comparison to them. So yes, we are talking about a conversation here that we can jump and use things as example, especially as you did too.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
And also to the people saying get this guy out, we need to hear people like this. We need to hear how crazy people are and how low. I think you think low of your people. You literally think that because people are voting for Trump and coming out to vote for Trump, that they're all of a sudden now they're low IQ. But you never say anything about the people that voted for Biden, even if they don't even know. Since
wait.
Here's
the
how
numbers.
You're a hypocrite. Let me explain to you how you're.
No. Wait.
Let you talk. Let you talk this whole time. Let me talk. Here's how I think you're a hypocrite, Scott. Many reasons. You claim that you love Joe Biden, right? You love Joe Biden. Would you say that?
I didn't say that. I never said that. Never said that.
You voted for Joe Biden, and you're going to vote for Joe Biden again, right?
I would vote for anybody. I vote for you over Trump.
Okay.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Okay, maybe so not. What about the people that vote for me over Trump? The reason why they're voting for me is it becomes they're smart.
Maybe uninformed.
But they're uninformed, but still voted for Biden 90%. You wasn't complaining then.
Who?
You or Jasmine. Y'all weren't complaining about. This is why I think that you think that your people are dumb and you don't even realize what you're saying. Black people,
I just said they're uninformed.
Nothing about the government, but you never complained when they chose Joe Biden over Trump at that 90% clip. You never said, yo, we won, but my people got to get better educated. You never said any of
that. If you go back to any of my YouTube channels, if you go back to any, I'm saying if you go back to my videos, I talk about this all the time. The black race here in America is very uninformed and very unengaged in this American experiment. We are better now, for sure, way better, and we're doing a lot of good shit. But we're also fucking crazy. The black race is crazy in a whole bunch of ways, and we'll talk about that on a whole other time. But I'm just saying, hey man, come on, bro. But those people that are
jumping. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because you spent literally about 30 minutes coming at me in my DMs. There's a reason why I'm bringing you up to the live stream, and I'm glad that you came up here. I appreciate you coming up here, but I think that you call me a hypocrite for many different things, but I don't think you see how you're a hypocrite. Right. And I'm also willing to accept when I'm wrong. I don't think you're willing to accept when you're wrong.
Give me an example of being a hypocrite.
I just gave you one. I gave you the best one. You never complained, and you never complained, or you never pointed the light or shined the light on black people needing a civics test or black people needing to know more about the government when they voted at a 90% clip for a Democrat. Now that they're voting, now that the group that you're saying needs a civics course or needs to learn more about the government is actually going out of their way. They're not voting 90% this time. They might vote maybe 80, which is a big change, which is a 20% maybe difference from 100. But what I'm saying is you never complained about your people needing a civics test when it came time to benefit you. But now that it's not your narrative, you have a problem with that.
How do you know that?
Don't you see?
How do you know that? How do you know that?
How do I know what? How do I know
that I didn't complain? That I didn't complain about black people not knowing enough about the government back then when we were winning with.
Okay, but you were winning. So but you never. What you mean? How do I know?
But I'm asking you. I'm asking you, Lou. How do you know? How do you know what I was thinking?
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Scott. Were you complaining when Joe Biden won about black people voting for Joe Biden because they were dumb? They were too dumb to vote? Is that because that's what you're literally saying about your people?
Look at the percentage of black people that actually vote. It's not very high, by the way.
Okay, but look at the percentage that voted for Biden. It's 90%.
90%. Okay,
but it's never complain like, yo, listen. Hold on, Scott. You're not getting where I'm going with this. You're not getting
all black. First off, listen. All black people don't vote, right? They don't.
But
look at the numbers. We don't vote.
But when they did vote in 2020,
yes,
they voted for Joe
it's still
Biden
90%. Yes. Okay, it is 90% of a block of people that is this small, right? Okay. So what I'm telling you is, you're saying that we won't vote 90% black. You know, the black people won't vote 90% Democrat. They'll vote maybe 80, 85%.
You're the one.
Listen, let me finish. I'm explaining what you asked me, right? So if you're saying 90%, you're saying maybe 80% will vote for 10% will vote for Trump, right? I'm saying that 10% is uninformed. They are uninformed. Now, the other 90 still might be uninformed. But
oh my, so they're only uninformed.
If you ask them questions about this country, Lou,
Scott, I'm 26 years old. You're much older than me. But how can you not see how what you just said is the most hypocritical thing I've ever heard? Oh, yeah.
How?
Yeah, 100%, right? This small is 100%, right? That 90% votes, but the 10% is uninformed because they don't believe in what you believe in.
No, because they will tell you nothing about the government. They know nothing.
Those who voted for Biden either.
I have asked black people all over the state. I live in Houston, by the way. There's black people down here. Listen, if you ask them, why would you vote for Trump? They will tell you at a 90% clip, I was getting checks when Trump was in office. Not from work. I just got checks. Yeah, during the fucking pandemic, when the fucking world was crashing. Well, of course you got checks. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna get checks this coming time. Because other than
18 and 19, the best economy ever known to man, and I'm pretty sure you lived a great life during that. Real quick. I don't want to get off. That's it. I want to ask you one more, because I got to end this live. I don't want this live to be too long. I want people to watch it after.
Okay.
Let's go simple math. Why should black people support Joe Biden in 2024?
Because Democrats are, by and large, not even close, are better for this economy than Republicans. Period. Not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. The government and the economy is better under Democrats. Not even close. It's not even close. Every Republican y'all have crashed this economy. Every one of them.
Okay.
Every one of them. Bush crashed the economy. Oh, and also I want to tell you, that girl Judge Candy you're talking about that keeps on judging in Trump's case, you know that she is appointed by Trump.
Yeah.
She was appointed by Trump.
Got it.
Huh?
I got it.
She's appointed by Trump, and she was deemed unqualified by the Bar Association.
I got it.
And he still put her in.
The other judge is appointed by either Obama or they vote Democrat. What is your point?
You said that.
What's your point?
You said that you did.
What's your point?
You said that
judge that has been appointed.
No.
You have no point, bro. Only one judge has been appointed by Trump in these cases, right? So what are you saying? I can make the same argument you're making about the other.
No. All you said earlier was, I don't know who this chick is. So I'm just telling you who she is. That's all.
No problem. And I can tell you who the other judges are because they're either voting for Joe Biden, Democrat, or donating their own money to Act Blue.
So then you're saying
most of these judges, like Judge Chutkan, who was anointed by Obama, you can make an argument, the same argument you're making. So
you think she's judging based?
You know what I think that you think? This is what I think about you, Scott. I think you think that everybody you ever spoken to is dumber than you. That's what I think about you, and I think that you.
How?
Think that because look at how you're talking. Who out of nowhere, as they're explaining one thing, jumps to the other to try to make it seem like you literally you just have no argument.
I was giving you information. That's it.
No problem.
I just gave it. I didn't go any further than that. All I said was,
I'm just trying to get information to why black people should vote for Joe Biden, right? Because it seems like it's a real big issue for Democrats now, because that's all people are talking about, right? Now that they see that black people are actually doing their research on, like you asked them to, they did their research and it backfired, didn't it?
Okay,
it's backfired. Can we look as America? And this is to the show. Black people asked other black people to get informed. They got informed, and they did not like what they've been voting for. When they do vote,
what they get informed by? What they get informed?
They got informed by reading, writing, watching, listening. Right? They did not like what they saw from Democrats, so now they're switching their vote. It takes an educational course. It takes reading. It takes all of that to change your vote. Why are people changing their vote? Because they're not seeing what you're saying. The best economy in the world. They're not seeing that. What they're seeing is 100 billion to Israel, 100 billion to Ukraine. What they're seeing is results that they're not liking. It's the fact that they've given all of their livelihood of voting to the Democrats, and it's not working. But it takes an educational course and an educational experience to learn that you're wrong. You're the one that's wrong. You told them to get educated, and it backfired. That's why you see Democrats panicking, in my opinion.
10%. Right? You say 10%, maybe 10%. Okay.
You say 10. You say that 10%.
You said 10%.
Democrat are uneducated.
Go ahead. 10%. Go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You'll see. Buyer's remorse. Go ahead.
No problem. No
problem. Okay. Before I go.
Let's talk about Palestine. Let's talk about. Can we talk about?
No. Before I go, real quick. Can you name 2 policies that Trump put in?
I want to talk about Palestine, bro.
Exactly. You can't name 2.
Can we talk?
Cannot name 2. Okay, no problem. Let's go.
No problem. Cannot name 2. Can you name 2 policies that Obama put in that you loved?
He got a healthcare plan. He did the shit for the veterans.
The healthcare plan is not an actual policy, bro. This is what I mean. Let's talk about Palestine.
What do you mean?
It's not an actual policy. Tell me the policy, the name of the policy, what the policy did, the results, like the investment that went through it, how the American people either funded it.
The Obamacare, like 33 more million people on healthcare.
Obamacare was a success to you?
33 more million people that had healthcare.
Can we talk about Palestine? Yes or no, bro?
Nobody wants to get rid of it. Nobody can get rid of it.
Bro, I can literally name you.
Terrible.
You want to know what the best policy ever known to men was? I'm gonna name you one policy that was the best known, and I don't want to talk about policies because this is not what we're talking about. Trump's foreign policy is the greatest policy ever known to men.
What did he do?
Right?
What did he do?
What did he do?
Okay, anyway, that's done.
Title 42.
Okay, let's talk about Palestine. Let's talk about
Palestine. Policy made. What are you talking about? What Title 42?
Let's talk about Palestine.
Now you want to talk about Palestine? Exactly.
Because that's a dumbass argument. That's an argument that you have no chance with. But go ahead, Palestine. Anyway,
the Abraham Accords was not a good foreign policy.
What they do?
Wars under Trump? Are you kidding me?
Bro, what they do? What? Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Can you name the countries in the Abraham Accords?
Can you name the countries in the Abraham Accords?
Answer the question.
Israel.
No, you can't.
Israel.
Okay.
Cool.
Who else? I don't think Israel in it actually, but go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Let's talk about
Palestine. Exactly. Okay, but anyway, go ahead. Palestine what? Palestine what? Palestine what?
I'm gonna name you the ones in the Abraham Accords.
Go ahead.
It was Saudi Arabia was one of them. Abraham.
Look it up before you start saying something. Look it up before you start looking crazy. I'm trying to save you.
Abraham Accords, which is members of the Abraham Accords caucus.
UAE, I think Bahrain or Qatar.
Qatar. If it wasn't Saudi Arabia, it was Qatar, but it was definitely Saudi Arabia countries. Yeah, it was Saudi Arabia, bro. I was right, bro.
Okay. Who else?
Right. Can you admit that I was
right?
Who
else? But Saudi Arabia. Who else?
Iran and Syria, but I'm not even looking. But can you tell me? Can you just say I was right about Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Thank you. All right. Anyways, that's not what we were talking about. Why should? Okay. All right. Why?
Can you name any of those? Wait. The Abraham Accords. None of those countries were at war. None of those countries have been at war for almost 200 years.
Why should America be on the side? And let's just go on with the show, bro. Why should America be on the side of Hamas and Palestine? Give us your pitch, and that's it. Yeah, low interest rates and many different things that Trump.
No.
Planted, but we don't got to talk about it. Talk about Palestine.
That's what you just asked a question. Okay, America doesn't need to be on the side.
Should support.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
They should not be on the side of really either one of them. What they should be on the side of is a ceasefire and an absolute 2-state solution where Palestinians get the rights to live like regular fucking humans and Jews get to live in the same country as humans. Those people are the people on the ground. They don't really have a problem with each other. You know who does have a problem? It's the government that keeps those people in a terrible situation, because Jews and Muslims are essentially cousins. Their language almost sounds exactly the same. So they share more things than they don't share. Okay. So the problem with the situation, people talk about it religiously. I don't look at it like that. Those Palestinians have lived in an apartheid state for a long time. I mean, I'm talking from kid to grandpa. I've been my whole life being locked into a little corridor, and people come and take my house when I have no recourse. They come and knock my shit down for 30 years. Hey man, I got kids. I got a wife. I want to eat. I want electricity. I want running water. I want sanitary shit, just like any other human on earth. So America should not be on the side, definitely, of Israel and Hamas, only because of the things that they did on the 7th. Other than that, they should be on the side of Palestinians and Hamas. If Hamas did not pull that crazy shit, America would have almost no choice. If you're going to talk about spiritually, no choice but to support Palestinians and Hamas. Period. Okay. Before Hamas did that crazy shit, they should have been doing something a long time ago, actually, because that apartheid state,
we found common ground here. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but
because America's full of shit. America's full of shit.
I get that. The American government, I get that, bro. We talk about that. I think a lot of Trump supporters feel that way. You can find some common ground with some Trump supporters on that. Yeah. I just don't understand how that smart answer can follow up with just how stupid you can be. Like, I don't get it.
You think I'm stupid because you're in a cult. I make plenty of sense, buddy.
You make
and
sense.
I give you facts.
You give me facts. Got it. Okay, no problem.
Hey, you can't dispute anything. Anything, look it up. Anything I say, look it up.
FBI agents were there on January 6th.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows?
And nobody cares. Nobody knows.
Exactly. And this is why I think you're stupid.
Because they weren't because they weren't the ones being on top of.
The moment you're willing to admit that every issue that is big and comes out of nowhere is more complex than you actually think, and you're willing to actually
let me ask you a question.
You are willing.
Let me ask you a question.
This is your issue. This is your issue. You don't care about these things because they're beneficial for you not to care about them. At least when I think that something's not beneficial for me, I still try to care about them to try to figure it out.
No, you don't.
I don't.
No, you
I have
don't.
a YouTube channel that's monetized, and I still get on here trying to figure shit out.
That's good.
Oh, I know I
but
care.
You're merchant too.
Because I have to. Because I have to. They force me.
But you're misguided in your care.
No. But
that's the problem.
I have to figure it out, Scott. So I have to navigate. Exactly. I have to navigate. So what are you saying?
But you're right. But at this moment in your life, you're misguided.
They threw something at me, and I had to care enough to navigate to
absolutely.
Know what my next step
was. Hey, bro, I got you. I got you. I'm applauding that, no doubt. No doubt. But like I said, listen.
That are beneficial to your narrative.
And no.
You care so low about black people. You care low about your people because it's not beneficial what they're doing right now for you and for your
No. You can go back years. You can go back and check all of my YouTube my little things. You'll hear my view of black people. It's not very good because we haven't deserved it. We haven't earned it, really. We haven't.
Right, bro. I think.
Okay, but listen.
Can you give us a closing statement? Give us a closing statement. Go ahead.
You say that I'm dumb or that
I don't think you're dumb. I think you stupid and dumb are not the same thing. You know this. Stupid is when you know something is either there's more information or there's more stuff to it, but you still act oblivious to the fact that it can or cannot be true. And I think you choose.
But the problem with the reason why I say that you're misguided is because you can never bring facts that support what you actually are saying. You don't have facts, and then when I give you facts about like
a bunch of facts showing what I was just talking about, literally.
But you get facts from your own little ecosystem. That's not the same thing.
I got facts from your left stream media, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm using
left-wing sources.
Listen.
What are you talking about?
The poll thing. That's
the reason why I even came on here and used left-wing sources, so that way people like you can't tell me I'm in an ecosystem. I'm using people to get my information from.
Yes, you're right about the polls. The polls are right. You're right. And to me, it only proves how crazy America is, actually. So it's really
America is
it's
crazy.
really
America's crazy because they're doing
because
something.
you would vote for this man,
you
yes.
don't agree with.
You would vote for that man that did nothing. You can't name a policy he did. He had a tax cut. That's it. You can't name another policy. Infrastructure, no.
Okay, did you benefit from that
Healthcare,
tax? Did
no.
you benefit from that tax cut?
No, because I'm not in the top 1%. Nobody did.
You need to be on the top 1% to enjoy a tax cut. Are you kidding me?
The top 10% of this country got 83% of that tax cut.
I enjoyed the tax cut. I had a job.
83.
I had a job. And you know, federal taxes in New York, state taxes in New York, they were lower. Mm-hmm. People made more for what they worked for.
How much more? How much? 10,000 more? 20,000 more? 50,000 more?
Did you benefit? Yes or no? You saying no?
No. How?
Okay, no problem.
I'm a teacher. Did they pay teachers more? No. Did anybody get paid more at their job? No.
And
did he? Okay.
Wait.
He fights for the. He fights for the people, right? Trump fights for the people. He hates minimum wage raise. He does not want to do anything for student loans. He does nothing for your health care. He did nothing for infrastructure.
Tell me what, but did Biden do any of those things?
He has an infrastructure bill. He lowered insulin for seniors for $35. That was thousands. He's now negotiating with Big Pharma about like 15 other medicines and getting the prices down. He did a chips bill. He got a manufacturing bill. I mean, you want me to keep naming? Look at all these. Okay, all these Republicans. They happy as shit when the goddamn internet comes to their fucking Hicktown, USA, where they don't have fucking broadband, but now they will in the next 2 years. They gonna love that shit. That new bridge, that new highway, all that shit. Trump did not have an infrastructure bill. He did not do name something. You can't name 3 things, period. Not a Trump supporter can name 3 things that motherfucker did. Nothing. So y'all talk about what he did for the country. Name them. I can list at least 8 things. Y'all can't name 2.
So I named.
So then who's the fool?
Foreign policy was amazing.
That got nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with you.
The foreign policy don't have nothing to do with us?
No.
Okay. Tax cuts. We spoke about that. Has something to do with me. Has something to do with you. I mean, you might want to deny it. The border was closed more for Black people. It was a great time.
1 year. 1 year during fucking COVID when nobody could move. Stop that. Get off that gas. That boy be gaslighting y'all, man. That dude say a bunch of shit. Look at the numbers. Go back and look at all the immigration numbers. That 1 year and a half of him and COVID, all the numbers were down. Stop that. Go look at them.
Are higher now. Higher 10 times
yes.
now. Yes. Than before. So that means that Trump did a better job. That's what that means, bro. People have more money.
No, it means that the world got out of a pandemic. And a country is in shambles, and they want to go somewhere and live.
No wars, which means that your brothers and sisters or grandbrothers or whatever a son was not drafted, not drafted, but is not deployed as many times to go to Afghanistan. He was trying to bring troops home. He ended up working out a deal for that. So that's good. That affects other Americans that are in the military, does it not? So I don't understand what the 3 things that I have named. You say doesn't affect me. And I think that you're thinking on an individual stance, which is a very leftist thing to do.
Okay, so let's.
But I don't want to. I really didn't come here to argue with you. I just wanted you to say your piece.
I'm not arguing.
You said
okay.
You are.
So you just told me 3 things. You told me 3 things. All of those 3 things don't have really anything to do with this country.
Gas prices, food prices are down
during COVID. That does not count.
My God, he was president for 4 years.
Go look at the numbers. Go look at the gas numbers.
You go look at the numbers.
Go look at the gas numbers.
I gotta go look at the numbers when I name you something. The fuck are you talking about, bro? You make no sense.
So where are you getting the information then? If you haven't already looked at the numbers, if you already don't know this fact, no. Listen, hear me out.
Hear me out. To go look up numbers.
You can't. No. Tell me the gas price in 2017.
Millions of Americans experience the same thing.
Tell me the gas price in 2017.
Your numbers that get fact checked all the time, and we're gonna close the show out like this. I gotta get up.
Tell me the gas price in 2017.
Thank you for coming through.
2018. What was the gas price?
I got
exactly.
In New York,
what was the gas price?
220, 225. What happened? Someone
tell me the gas prices.
I didn't see it. Someone donated $100. Mary Beth, thank you for the $100 donation. All right, bro. Gas prices was in New York were about $2.19 to $2.25. Right now they're at $4. All right, bro. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for coming through. I'm ending the show, guys. Everybody, thank you for coming through tonight. I hope you guys hit the like button. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys enjoyed Scott. Shout out to Scott for coming through. I really didn't want to go on for over an hour. But I'm speaking most of the time from the experiences of me, but my experience can never be infiltrated by numbers. What he's talking about is what Democrats do is they give you numbers, but everybody's experiencing something else. So that's why you see minorities coming out in record numbers and they're going to vote for Donald Trump because of people like him that keep on saying and giving out all these numbers, but nobody understands. Like nobody feels it. Like it's like me telling you, yo, like it's cold, but like everybody's outside with a shirt on. Nobody can feel the cold, but like they're on TV saying, nah, yo, it's cold. And it's going to keep on getting colder. But like you go outside, it's not even that cold. Like it's not cold at all. You actually don't feel what they're saying. And I think that's the issue. What I'm trying to explain to him, and he does make a lot of great points when it comes to the Palestine stuff. He does make good points, even with Joe Biden in some sense. I'm not oblivious to that. But his argument stem from, I'm not going to hear you out, even if you're right, because I'm going to stand 10 toes down on what I believe all the time. All right. Somebody said, read my chat. I could read my chat, but my chat is they don't even want him on the show. So why would I keep reading my chat? It's my show. If you don't want to hear him speak, you don't have to. But I think it's great. And I think it's very healthy to have these types of conversations with people you don't like. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that is good to have people on that can bring you info, that can bring you not info, that can get you mad, that cannot get you mad at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure if I was on a left stream chat, if I was on David Pakman's chat, everybody would be calling me crazy. I've seen David Pakman's chats when he has Vivek Ramaswamy on. Everybody was talking crazy about Vivek Ramaswamy when he was on David Pakman's live. Leftists, and I know Scott thinks that the right is racist, but have you seen liberals in the comment sections when they don't agree with somebody? They get real racist, man. They start calling you the N-word. They start calling you Mexican. They start talking crazy. So at the end of the day, both parties, you can argue that they're racist, this and the third. But I think identity politics is just is melting, is having a big meltdown. Like I think that the Palestine issue and the Israel issue has exposed what the left really is. And it's an implosion of a bunch of people that don't like each other, that try to think in one brain, that don't actually care about who they're voting for, but fall for propaganda. Why do I say that? Because you have all the progressives in the politics that they voted for support Israel. Meanwhile, everybody they've ever followed supports Palestine. That is causing the implosion you're seeing today, and it's causing people to realize, I don't actually agree with this motherfucker like that. I actually think he's supporting something that I'm not supporting, which lets you know that they've never done anything for you in the first place, that they don't want to do something for you. They just have a plan. So at the end of the day, it's not that easy. I mean, it's not that hard to realize that, in my opinion. And I think it's just easy to see. But I'm gonna get up out of here, guys. I literally been trying to do these live streams really short and sweet. This one was a little long. Ever since I got demonetized, it's been easier for me to go live shorter so that way more people see it in the long run. So if you guys haven't hit the like button, man, hit the like button. Scott, make sure you get yourself a this is for Scott right here in the comments. Make sure you get yourself a hoodie that you were complaining of. Oh, but you're selling merchandise now. No shit. I have to do something to make money. But this is not just about making money. This is about really making good products. So blessed the peacemakers. As you can see, you got Lou Valentino right here, and you got conspiracy theorists, not conspiracy realists, not theorists. But blessed are the peacemakers is my favorite hoodie out right now. It's about Matthew 5:9. It's when Jesus spoke to Matthew and basically just gave him so many words of wisdom. And blessed are the peacemakers is my favorite hoodie. If you guys want to go check that out, they got the free Trump one, man. The free Trump one. And also, this one is one of my favorite ones. It's called Don Wick. They're coming after you. I'm just standing in their way with Donald Trump. And you got another Lou Valentino, the most wanted with Donald Trump and Tucker. So go check it out, man. You also got T-shirts available in all of these. Check out the merch store, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be pinned in the description box below. Go check it out. Get 10% off on your first purchase. This is my way of making a living while entertaining you guys and being as consistent as I could be. If you guys, once again, thank you to Mary who sent the donations. Thank you for coming through for another show. This week is going to be a big week. So many things are going to come out. Shout out to you guys. And also shout out. This is what Scott doesn't understand. Here's what Scott doesn't understand. Black people are voting differently because of people like you and people like me. People like Kingdom Reacts, people like LFR Family. People that are willing to actually be educated enough on the democratic history, right? On food prices, gas prices, foreign policies, how immigration affects the Black community, right? How illegal immigration affects the Black community, right? Black people have been woken up to all these different things, and they're waking up each and every day, along with Hispanics. They're watching channels like mine, who I, in front of the world, decided to go on this journey that was going to end my career, whatever career I had, which was music or which was reactions to other shit or whatever. Because I was gonna walk a journey that was a very Christian journey, but also a very conservative journey that minorities hate. Minorities do not like Trump supporters. They do not like Trump himself. You know what I'm saying? But why is that changing? Why do you see that shit changing? Is because a year ago I took the leap of faith and I said, I'm gonna walk this journey. I like what I hear. I love what I hear, and I think that what I hear makes more sense than what they're saying. And I come from the left, not politics wise, but radically activists and other people, you know, really, I used to watch them a lot. So that's where my mindset came from. So at the end of the day, the reason why people are changing and coming up to me and saying, yo, bro, you changed my life, bro, you changed my way of thinking, is because all of us have come together to actually look at life differently. I got Muslim brothers who are pro-Palestine but still support Donald Trump. You understand what I'm saying? I got Palestine brothers. I mean, I got Muslim brothers who support Palestine but understand that conservatism is the way to go. So at the end of the day, I got people coming up to me from all races, colors, whatever, bro. They showing love. They not falling for your bullshit no more, Scott. They're not falling for your shit. Well, you don't complain when they vote for Biden, but you complain when they vote for Trump. You call them dumb. You call your own people dumb when they don't vote for what you want to vote for. All of a sudden, they're dumb. All of a sudden, they're dumb to you. Your people are dumb, but you don't care. I never like you. I'm pretty sure you did not care when they voted for Biden, because you know. So at the end of the day, God blessed the peacemakers. I hope that, you know, peace is made. But once again, it's all biblical, and we've spoken about this, and we know what the FBI is saying now. We know what people are saying. But at the end of the day, I come here, I try to bring you the news. I try to bring you the news the right way. I have a bias, but I try to get my bias out of there. I have arguments with my crowd all the time. This is something that he doesn't understand. He doesn't see. How many times do I argue with you guys? How many times have I been wrong? How many times have you been right? How many times has it been vice versa? I literally argue with my own crowd about things I don't agree with. I'm not afraid to have a conversation about things that I don't know about or I feel very passionately about, even if I'm wrong, because I know later on I'm wrong when I figure it out, and I'm open to being wrong, and I'm learning in front of people. But I'm also I got to give myself credit. I'm very smart when it comes to a lot of other different things about life. So when I am right, I hope that people admit that too. But for him to think that I'm in a cult is just so crazy. How many people have unsubscribed because they don't like something I said? How many people have subscribed because they like something I said? So to call me and say that I'm in a cult is just so crazy to me, because he's not here every day. He doesn't see. People like me. People like this movement because, bro, we come together and we talk about shit, man. I'm bringing the panels back this week. I'm going live on Rumble this week. Go check out the merch store. Go enjoy yourself a 10% discount right here. Look, this is the discount. Scott, go get yourself a shirt. Stop hating, man. Go get yourself a shirt. Get 10% off on your first order using first time, one-time use. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. I'll be back this week. Be back tomorrow. And I'm going to keep on being consistent. He also tried to say, I'll do this because it's beneficial, this, that, and the third. Bro, my man, how many people get demonetized and still keep going? I'm holding it down. I'm holding it down. Like I actually got demonetized and went hard. I'm actually going harder now than before. I'll see you guys on the next one.